when someone's like haven't finished their plot, I would do their statue. Because they would like, you need to do the statue to get like the appropriate points. And I'd be like standing next to a statue and I'd be like, beg me not to construct this statue, beg me. And he'd be like, please don't, I need the points.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Hot PvM, the show where the questions are spicy and the gameplay is sus. Each episode, I'm going to invite some of your favorite RuneScape content creators to PvM with me and answer questions in the hot seat. This week, we're hanging out with Omid, a true RuneScape celebrity with a quick wit and a heart of gold. Omid is an actual PvM legend with an almost unreal RuneScape resume. With over 21,000 followers on Twitch and almost 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, he's a bona fide content creator who cares about the community. From reading us the patch notes to showing his bossing prowess live, he's both highly knowledgeable and very efficient. Oh, and he's 13th on the Skilling High scores, by the way. But he's so much more than that. Don't just take my word for it, let's hear it from Omid himself. I'm your host, Ashley, and this is Hot PvM.
There's also a very serious PvMing coming up.
Yes, I'm not going to laugh. I'm going to ask you the hardball questions.
Wait, have you started recording right now, or you?
I just started recording.
Oh, okay. Hello. Why are you laughing already? What the fuck? What? Is there something wrong with my voice?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't laugh. I'm just gonna start gaslighting you.
That's my streamer voice. I gotta have a deeper voice, manly, more present.
Okay.
Are you watching a movie up there?
Moved it up so I can see. Yeah, I'm bored. I put on a movie. You're boring.
No, I'm not bored. Wait, you're toxic. What does your fit look like? Do you have a fit? Is that what the kids say these days?
I actually just changed my fit because Protox didn't like my fit.
Oh no, you're a hide all Andy.
No, let me show you the real me.
Hide all.
No, wait.
Hide alls are so lame.
No, that was for Protox. This is the real me. I have this outfit saved. No, wait, look. This is saved.
Oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like me. That a lot. Wait, that's beating Pup's outfit, honestly.
Good, right?
I like it, yeah. Jazz hands Crocs though, S tier.
Jazz hands are a classic.
They are a classic.
Yeah.
Only a true fashion connoisseur would, know about them.
You are a man of fine taste. I take back everything I said about you.
Do you want to see my actual cosmetic that I've had since? This has been my override. This has been my cosmetic outfit before overrides were a thing back in. When did I make this gear? Probably 2009.
Oh. I like it. You look like angry Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
At the beach.
Juiced up, angry Winnie the Pooh with no hands or feet.
I found out something really funny about you. I want to read you an article that I found.
Article?
I've never found something like this about anyone else that I've talked to so far. And I thought it was hilarious, and I had to ask you about some of these things. I need to know if it's true.
Wait, article?
There's an article about you on the old fandom, RuneScape fandom.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Holy shit. I forgot that thing even existed. I need to open it up to remind myself. All right, go on. Sorry.
So it says you began playing RuneScape around Easter 2006. This is true?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this account, yeah.
Okay. So something that I found interesting was it says for a short time you were known as the Avatar King for your tyrannical rule of the clan's avatar.
All right.
Explain yourself.
You gotta be more. You can't say explain yourself and laugh. You gotta be more serious when someone says explain yourself. It's
Why did
usually
you
serious.
hoard the avatar?
I didn't. Okay, listen. You know how the avatar used to work?
Yeah, so you could only have it on
3%.
one. Yeah, okay.
3% global, 6% local,
Okay.
right? People would take the avatar and give 6% to themselves only.
Right. Okay.
So I was like, bitch, no. I'm taking the avatar because I'm benefiting like 4 people.
Okay.
And that's how I became the known as the tyrannical ruler of avatars. Because I'd force people to send their avatars back so I can take it out.
Oh. It was for the people. You're like a
It was
Robin Hood of clan avatars.
Yeah, but I also upset a lot of people.
Why were they upset with you?
Well, because I mean, people are like selfish, right? They just want the 6% bonus. They don't actually care about like the benefit of the majority. But I would derank them if they didn't, so it'd force the avatar back, and I wouldn't give them the rank back. That's why I was a little bit tyrannical, because
yeah,
I mean, it was justified. All right, it was justified.
Tyranny.
It's not tyranny, it's just law, you know? Jazz hands actually makes your G-Conk 1 tick faster.
Does it actually?
Anyways, moving on with the article. Hello?
Hello?
Did you mute yourself?
No, wait, can you not hear me?
No, I couldn't hear. It looked like you were laughing, but I couldn't hear anything.
Oh.
I purposely stopped attacking so you'd hit you on. I'm telling you, people made fun of me whenever I AFK'd and died at KBD, but it's actually dangerous. Like it's such a
died a lot working on this log. So it says that you're well known for your witty candor and input.
What?
That's what it says. I didn't write this.
On the high level forums.
Yeah, on the forums.
Do you remember? High level forums was actually like Do you know about them?
No.
Probably.
What are the high level I mean.
Oh really? Okay. So basically, whenever you max, JMods would manually give you access to a part of the forums that was exclusive to people that were maxed.
Really?
Yeah, and that was since like I don't know, probably like 2008, 2009. But I gained access like early 2011 when I maxed, and there was only like I think 180 people at that time on high level forums, and that was the only time. That was the only way JMods actually communicated with players was high level forums. Well, the developers. Like you'd have like all the big developers communicate, because back then like a JMod actually interacting with players or the community was very, very rare, right?
Okay.
Like if you saw JMod talk to you, that's like crazy. If you saw JMod talk to you like in public or on forums, that's like a crazy moment. But on the high level forums, they were like constantly engaging with players on there. But so there was a lot of like strong opinions about what the game should look like and stuff like that, and that's where the witty candor probably comes in, is because I would make fun of people for having, in my opinion, bad opinions.
So people are upset as they do be. I don't know if you looked at Reddit, but I did while I was.
I did.
There's some really funny memes on Reddit about it.
We ran a survey and players said they want to pay more for membership. Let's raise prices by 30%. Blame it on inflation. They said if we remove, I feel like I'm probably one of the most critical people of Jagex and the content that they release.
Yeah.
But I think I can understand why people are upset about this, but I think they're two completely separate like things, the survey and the membership increase. It is like bad timing, like PR wise, but like logical wise, it's like you can gauge something while also doing something else, you know? Like surveys are just meant to be used to gauge stuff and not like be deterministic.
What I was going to ask you was, and it's perfect that you brought up saying things about people's opinions on the high scores forums.
Right.
Do you think people overreact? Are they overreacting? Do they overreact to things way too often in RuneScape, or do you think it's...
I think a lot of opinions are justified. I just think that a lot of time they're just like clouded by emotions and they're like exaggerated. But I do think that's I don't like dismissing what, like, how people feel and what people think, you know. I think a lot of it comes from a justified place. So I don't know. It's just like it's hard to like kind of gauge things when you don't really have as much of an investment in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, Hero Pass to me wasn't that big of a deal, but I completely understand. Or okay, some parts of it was, right? But I think the result of like Hero Pass was like a good thing. For example, like I think the only way RuneScape was gonna get better is by having like an incident like Hero Pass. Like I think the incident of Hero Pass has like led to a lot of good things. You know, even though we lost a lot of players, even though a lot of players like moved on and protested, I think the benefit of it has been really good. As bad as that might sound, you know.
In terms of like communication and transparency.
Communication, the update, just listening to the community basically more.
Roadmaps and
roadmap, just
surveys.
I feel like also with I don't know, like do they usually overreact? I need to think about like examples. It's like I said, I think a lot of a D helm. I think a lot of the like opinions are justified, even though I don't really care as much about them. But I do think that a lot of them are just like emotional, but that's understandable because you know, it's a game that they love and it's going in a direction that they don't like. But then again, when you become emotional, you usually like deviate from facts. Like a lot of the posts I read about the memberships things, they were like, their opinions were like, their viewpoints or the reaction was like justified in my opinion, but like the things that they were trying to say, the points they were trying to make were very, very void of facts, which is just like, you know, problematic. KBD spawned, hello?
I just
help me! Jesus, this is serious PvMing, man.
I laugh a lot. You didn't
dig
pick up the dragon helm?
No,
are you too good for it?
I'm too rich.
You're too okay. Okay, fair.
I leave it to peasants like you, you know.
Oh, well, I'm too rich too.
You don't look it. Have you seen the gear you're wearing?
I found an interview. You did this with Edimu a few years ago.
Oh yeah, holy, that takes me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did this sort of thing.
I'm not used to this sort of thing, but yeah.
It is, it's kind of crazy that was that long. That was in 2020.
Honestly, I thought it'd be longer than that. I don't even remember what we talked about or what the conversations were about.
It was
that long ago.
Just very like, you know, like when did you start?
So you have been stalking me.
I stalked the crap out of
you. I thought you were joking when you said you found videos on other people's channels.
I do be stalking.
That's not serious.
It's I know. If you feel comfortable and want to like press charges afterwards, I understand.
Yeah, definitely.
You said back
You're
then.
Quoting me as well? You didn't just watch it. You grab quotes?
It's not a quote per se. It's just what you said.
Are you gonna bring up my taxes next?
Yes. I am a very serious professional investigative journalist.
Oh my god. Is that what stalkers call themselves now?
It's not hot PvM. I lied to you.
Oh no.
So you said that you were most looking forward to the new God Wars dungeon in RuneScape coming up.
Right.
And that was, I thought, a great time in RuneScape. Was God Wars, and I don't remember. I don't know if you remember.
You're talking about Elder God Wars?
Yeah, that's what you were most looking forward to.
Okay, sorry, go on, continue.
In 2020 was
Right.
Elder God Wars.
Right.
Was it everything that you wanted it to be? Okay, I'll give you more context. You said you wanted something higher level than Telos.
Yeah.
Did
so,
you get that?
Well, there's two things that I really want from like PvM content. It's like group coordination, and number two, like complex mechanics. But like when I say complex, I don't mean like it needs to be like omega difficult, right?
Yeah.
Like complex in the sense that you need to like solve it or work with your teammates to like like for example, like Zamorak, the runes, like the order that you do it is a form of complexity. But it's not like if you want to do it, it's not like gonna be super hard at like lower enrages, right? You can't do it. Everyone can do it, right? With enough practice. Like something like that. But also require like it being like mainly a group piece of content. And Elder God Wars didn't really do that for me. I really liked the Karapak Time Warp. Karapak Time Warp is still one of my favorite mechanics in the game.
Yeah.
Arc Lakor I really didn't like. I think Arc Lakor, this is going to be maybe controversial, but Arc Lakor is one of my least favorite bosses in the game. It's just such a endurance boss, and there's no phase transition. You know, most bosses, you go from like one phase to another phase, and everything changes, right? Like with Karapak last phase, with like Zamorak, the runes, the last phase of Zamorak. All these bosses have like phase transitions and changes. Arc Lakor is the same from start to finish. And I find that very, very boring, especially with the Enrage, like scaling the health infinitely to the point where you're just doing the boss for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, wasn't a big fan of Arc Lakor, especially being as an Enrage boss.
Yeah.
I think mostly, yeah. But I think some people like it, but Croesus was good. I think Croesus was actually, I think Croesus is really fun because, especially considering like anyone can kind of like join in and do it. Like if you have like a 3-man Croesus, you can easily pick up like a new player or a player that's never done it before and not like really like have your kills like be effective, right? I think that's one of the great things about Croesus is you could pick up like learners without any kind of downside.
Yeah.
And also it's just a fun fun boss because even though it's like linear, to do it perfectly, tick perfect, I guess, it is fun, right? The only downside I would say about Croesus is the energy fungus, like having to slow down the kill. To do, have you done Croesus?
Oh, the the thing where
you
you
know
go
how
in the middle.
Yeah, you know how like you just stop what you're doing just to like
wait for okay.
Yeah, you just wait. I don't like that's the only thing I don't like is that well you're slowing down the kill. Like imagine doing that like other bosses.
Yeah.
It's like at Karapak you have to wait for lightning, you know. You get an extra drop.
That would be awful.
That sounds terrible, right? Yeah. That's how I try to explain it to people. Yeah, what did you think of Elder God Wars dungeon? Did you do it on release?
I think so. Yeah. I did Karapak. Yeah, I did do it on release. Croesus on release was not so good for me. I was with a team that how do I put this nicely? They got very angry with each other and quit.
What? Croesus made people quit? Bro, I actually another thing I liked about Croesus is you could grief people. That's one thing I actually missed in PvM. Like, there's a lot of PvM bosses you kind of do your own thing, but Croesus you can actually grief people.
It's fun to drop a little slime on someone or like.
Oh, you know what I would do? I would fucking when someone's like haven't finished their plot, I would do their statue, because they would like, you need to do the statue to get like the appropriate points, and I'd be like standing next to a statue and I'd be like, beg me not to construct this statue, beg me, and he'd be like, please don't, I need the points, and I'm just like,
you've been calling me toxic.
It's with friends. It's not toxic if you do it to your friends, but yeah, like I just like the whole the having the like potential to grief is, I think is, as bad as it might sound, I think it's good, because it always like makes for like good memories and fun times, you know.
Yeah.
But then after that happened, by the way, the three other players, they purposely all griefed me at the same time. So they all got me back at the same time, and I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, that's actually I thought that Glacier was gonna be like one of my favorite bosses in the game before it came out. I was like, this could be so fun, and then I did it and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think for me, it stops me from attacking the boss way more than I like.
Oh yeah.
Like I find it to be more annoying than anything
Yeah, because the reality is that it's always best to like start with an ultimate at Arc Lake, right? It's never worth like holding your ultimate to see whether you can utilize it.
Yeah.
So no matter what, it's always best to start with an ultimate, and if it does the mechanic where you can't attack it, boom, you just lost like 10 seconds. You know, it doesn't feel very good.
No.
That's why I'm not a big fan of like a lot of like RNG mechanics, is because I don't like getting punished to that degree because of RNG. Like I don't mind RNG mechanics, but I just don't want to be punished because of RNG mechanics. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I want to be punished because I mess up. I don't like
100%.
just being like punished because.
Yeah. What do you think of Big Boy Zuck?
Oh, I love to Zuck.
Yeah.
And Zuck loves me.
Oh, does he now?
It's easy to love Zuck when your drop rate is pretty nice.
Oh, okay. Go on, tell me.
Oh no,
What?
No, it's nothing crazy.
What do you mean no? Are you saying no like you wouldn't show me, or no like you're worried about my reaction?
I have 126 normal mode kills now. And 8 hard mode kills. I haven't been in a long
so you
time.
should basically have nothing.
I have 4 magmas and 4 scriptures of full in the pet. I love to Zuck. I really love going to Zuck. I've got like...
That's actually insane.
Yeah. Like,
wanna know mine?
Yeah.
I've got 210 hard mode, 100 normal mode. I've got 2 scriptures, 3 magma, which is less than you, I think, right?
Yeah.
Both of them. And I've only got 3 weapon pieces, so it's just a full easy K. I've got 210 hard mode.
Yeah. I've
Basically, this discussion is over. Let's move on.
Besides getting drops, I think it's really fun personally, and I hate those types of fights, like the wave-based fights. I do not like them, but for some reason I like Zuck.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, Zuck is mixed for me, I think. I like figuring out how to do the waves and stuff. I feel like I don't know, you can't make the Zuck fight like too hard, right? Because then you just end up doing all these waves just to die at the end boss. It probably feels bad, but I felt like the actual where'd the KBD go?
Bye.
Yeah, I felt like the Zuck fight itself was a bit underwhelming for me. It was like kind of epic to like do it for the first time. Oh no, it was the last phase that was underwhelming.
Oh yeah, the running around in
the
circles.
rock. Yeah. That was my only like issue with Zuck.
Pretty uninspired.
You're gonna say lame.
I was, but I went for a more intelligent word.
I'm dying.
You.
I need to get. Dude, this. I need to get.
I'm about to go get a pack yak.
One sec.
Wait, what did you go get?
I went to get anti-fire. I'm out.
Did you just
I'm dying.
like bring one?
You gonna be okay?
No, I'm very bad, and you've abandoned me.
The main thing that I like, Carriback was really fun. Croesus was really decent. But none of it like touched on what I really wanted, which was like just like fun group play, like Solak, Virago, Mazcab raids, like all these bosses that like that kind of, these are the bosses that I feel like kind of like held EOC in place, you know, when it comes to bossing. We call them the Mod Crisel bosses. You know who Mod Crisel is?
Actually, Luca taught me about that when we talked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made all those bosses. Some pop quizzes for you, actually.
Oh no.
How long do you think Normwood Virago took for the first kill?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe like 30 minutes. I don't know. That's crazy, right?
30 minutes.
Is that crazy? I don't know.
First Virago kill took 4 hours.
Wait, I
What do you think? Hard mode Virago. Hard mode Virago took a while.
Could people even do it on? Well, I don't.
You know, Wooks was on the team. It was.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did it work the same way it does now? Like, did you have to go through all of the?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
there weren't as many rotations back then.
Oh, there
though.
weren't?
No, Green Bomb, Purple Bomb, these were like released after Virago was released. So that wasn't part of hard mode on release.
Okay. Hard mode, then I don't know, maybe I don't know. A day?
It took 6 days for hard mode.
6 days?
Yeah, because the biggest problem was the last phase.
Oh.
We got to the point where we were two people were bomb tank, right? 2 people would Cade, then they would swap with DPSs. They would Cade, swap with DPSs. So you wouldn't have 2 static bomb tanks. You would rotate bomb tanks. So you could Cade. Because obviously intercept wasn't a thing, like extended Cade wasn't a thing, like a lot of like DPS. Like obviously back then DPS was way lower, right?
Like I don't even know when intercept came out, or you know, it's
like,
it's
none
crazy.
of that was a thing. So yeah. Oh, you're dying.
I just saw that.
Yeah, to the point that we had to like theory craft and stuff.
You were on the first kill team.
Yeah, I was in PvM A, which is PvM Addicts, and Wix was part of the team, which is probably a lot of the people in the team, like people will know them from like back in the day PvM. Like there was some like the best PvMers back in the day in that team. But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of world firsts, but definitely with Telos, people got a lot better. Like Telos was definitely like a thing where like player skill, like the ceiling went from like here to like here. Like have you ever watched like first like some of the best PvMers of today? You should go watch their first Telos kill, and it's really like, obviously this is not flame or anything because I was scuffed as well back then. But if you look at their first ever Telos kill, like some of the best PvMers today, it looks really, really scuffed and really, really rough. But then if you look at them now, they're like complete, like just like 10 times their like skill level. And it's really, really impressive. Like Telos definitely was like a aspirational content that kind of pushed player skill ceiling up. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Because of how the boss works, or was it like changes to the game while it was?
I think it was definitely the boss. Like I've been playing this game for probably too long, and I've always like I feel like I have my finger on the pulse pretty well most of the time of like how players play or how good they are.
Yeah.
And definitely Telos is what pushed people to get better. Telos is an aspirational piece of content, right?
Mhm.
With the Enrage system and
Yeah.
stuff. And it was the first Enrage.
Do you like Enrage bosses?
No.
Okay.
I can tell you why, but I don't know
Yeah.
if you want me to ramble anymore.
Oh no, yeah, ramble on. Why don't you like them?
So the like Enrage bosses obviously appeal to like a large variety of like skill levels.
Uh-huh.
But I like more defined boss fights.
Okay.
So I would prefer like the developer or the boss to be more specific in difficulty and be more defined in that difficulty, right? So for example, instead of them spending dev time making enrage mechanics or enrage scaling or even group scaling, I would go as far to say, right? I'd rather them just make like a boss very defined for a group size for a certain difficulty. So that's like, for example, like I think Virago is a good example of this, where it's like very specific groups. I mean, obviously with power creep and over time, like things are gonna change. That's fine, right? But like I'm talking about a release.
Yeah.
Virago was like very specific to 5-man and was very specific to a certain difficulty and mechanics. So that like basically what I'm saying is I'd rather have more complexity and more defined difficulty than a variety of difficulty. But like I'm not saying that this should be the case, because I understand that Enrage, like obviously it appeals to like low level, mid level, high level players, and scaling also allows players to take any desired amount of players, right? Whereas I prefer just it being like either solo or like 4-man. Okay. You know? Oh. And like again, Virago is a good example. I mean, Virago can be soloed now, but like back then, it was like 5-man. That was it.
Yeah.
Right. So.
That's
was
good.
that funny?
Yeah. No, it's. Yeah? I have like a laugh for every emotion.
Okay.
It's a subtle difference.
What kind of emotion are you feeling right now? It's not like a murderous intent, is it?
That was interesting.
Oh, okay. Do you disagree?
No, I hate Enrage bosses.
Oh, okay. I feel like most people like it. I wish do you not think like I always try to like advocate for this, but I wish Jagex would like pull these things, you know? Mm-hmm. Do you prefer enrage bosses or no enrage bosses? Do you prefer scalable bosses or not scalable bosses? Do you prefer solo bosses, group bosses, like stuff like this? Because I don't know what if you ask me, like I wouldn't know what the majority of the players think, but it'd be interesting.
I have no idea.
How come you don't like enrage bosses?
That's a really great question. I don't know if I don't like enrage bosses because of the enrage system, or if I just don't enjoy the bosses that have enrage.
The bosses. Okay.
I don't know which it is, but I think it might just be the bosses that I don't enjoy themselves.
Do you not like Zami? I feel like Zami's a pretty enjoyable boss at low enrages, especially.
I liked Zami for like 3 weeks. And then
but yeah.
I mean,
I think that's fair though. I think not like RuneScape is like one of the only games where you're expected to do a boss for like
forever,
yeah.
It's just I did like it at first, yeah, and then I just
I think that's fine though.
Out, you know.
I don't think that is there a boss for you that you can do for like hours on end and still have fun? There's not many bosses like that for me, but I don't think that's abnormal. Or there is one.
Yeah, it's ED1. I could.
Oh wait, I like ED1.
Okay. Oh, everyone judges me.
Oh yeah, I think ED1 is like one of the best EDs actually.
I love ED1. I could do it all day. I did do it all day.
I had this very unpopular opinion that actually like ED1 trash mobs are like my favorite of any ED.
Fun. I don't know why. It's
yeah, people hate on it because they die to because there's actually like stuff.
Yeah, there's
like there's quite a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
Because you know how in like ED1 that everything has like a patrol, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a set patrol, and that timing of the patrol like depends purely on like how fast you do the rest of it. So if you do like the first set of monsters late, you know that the patrol is going to be like further down or something like that. And I think that kind of stuff, like just just the mechanics heavily leaning on knowledge, is kind of fun. And I think ED1 trash mobs is like 100% knowledge. There's not like you don't need like extreme mechanics to be able to like execute. You just need to like know when things are gonna happen, how things are gonna happen. Like like the rangers, the 3 rangers that walk down the like the timing of like where they are and stuff is like important, and you kind of gauge that based on like how fast you've been progressing through a dungeon. I don't know, I like it. Also, that
people with those before.
Oh, no, you're an actual demon. What the heck? You can't say no. Wait, how'd you grief people though?
Well,
would you like prep them before they got there, and then they'd start like specking when they get there?
It's just.
No. What do you do?
I just
Why are you so mean?
I know. I can't help it. It's just something about
She can't help it.
Nature.
Jesus.
No, you just you just go up there and like if you're taking someone, and you just kind of like nonchalant about it, I guess. You should maybe pre-arrange for these things. It'll be fine.
You're taking new. So what you do is you take new innocent players that want to learn the game and have fun, and then you take them out back and murder them.
That is one way to put.
That is how I'm hearing it. All right.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah.
It's a much more humane process.
What do you mean? Is it painless?
It is. It happens so fast.
Oh Jesus!
It's like an instant.
You must wear socks to bed. I swear to God.
Dude, I don't wear. I. As Dakota would say, on phonum grave, I don't wear socks.
On what?
Phonum grave.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but he taught me that.
Probably taught you a bad word.
What you say? Is it a bad? Am I saying
I
a
swear,
bad word?
It's gone to the point where like young kids will just teach us like bad words.
It could be a bad word. I actually don't know.
I feel like raids is such a fun piece of content, personally. Like everyone has like a role. Well, most people have roles, and it's just like you need to like actually work together and like
I like things
free
like
each other
that.
from sand. Not shouting out anyone specifically because I'm not a snitch, but there's certain people that would just like watch me just fall into the sand.
Yeah, and just not help you.
Not free me.
How
Yeah.
did that make you feel?
Betrayed.
Yeah.
Because there was like 8 people that could have freed me, and none of them decided to do it. They all just watched me.
Maybe a little unwanted.
Too bad for the person needing CPR though, because I was CPR, so 2 people died.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know how like it does sand and it transitions, so you need to free the CPR, so the CPR needs to go and free the person that did poison.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think a lot of to go back onto like the Raid FC toxicity, I think a lot of it stems from just like the loss of efficiency in this game. I think if there wasn't that, people wouldn't care as much, and a lot of that comes from just like death costs, right? Back then, if you died at raids, you lost a lot of money, right? And I think a lot of frustration and toxicity stemmed from that. So, but I did Raid FC a couple of times, and there was some people, I call them fake elitists.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
People that like act elitist, but they're like actually dog shit at the game.
Yeah. There's a lot of those.
There's a lot of those. And I feel like, unfortunately, that kind of like people like kind of connect that to like the actual like high level community, and like it just creates like a lot of like unnecessary and unwarranted, I think, toxicity between like casual players and like high level players.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people will just come into my chat and be like, you're an elitist. You're only saying that because you're an elitist. I'm just like, thanks, man.
Okay.
But there was a story about this one guy at Raid FC. He was flaming this guy for bringing a yak, right?
Okay.
And I look at his I was looking at his inventory, and I was like, "What the fuck? This guy's got 20 brews with Steel Titan. 20 brews of Steel Titan. Does he realize that 20 brews of Steel Titan with no spiritual because the only way you could take advantage of Steel Titan is by using summoning pots back then, right?
Okay.
Like Steel Titan without summoning pots was pretty mediocre, right? Especially considering it didn't give you a passive like Ripper Demon did, right? And I'm like telling him like, dude, bringing a yak is not only better damage because you're not like just drinking brews constantly, but it's also safer because you can just like eat up. And this guy just went fucking schizo mode on me. I'm just like yeah, I don't know. People, it's just like people see how things are done and they try to replicate it, but then it's fine to replicate what someone else does, but you shouldn't like what's the word? You shouldn't try like project that onto others and try and enforce that onto others when you don't actually understand why that thing is used, you know?
Yeah.
Like the analogy that I always say is that if your doctor told you to smear feces on your face to better your skin issue, right? Did you hear?
How do you know
want
about
shock?
my skin issue?
Oh, do you rub feces on your face?
Every night and morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's If your doctor tells you to do that for you, that doesn't mean that you should go and tell everyone else to do it as well, right? Because if you don't understand the science behind it, if you don't, that's basically what I'm trying to say here. Because if you don't understand the science behind it, you shouldn't tell someone what to do.
Did I throw you
also
off by not laughing?
Yeah, I was like, is she hearing what I'm saying? I said feces.
I completely zoned out.
I didn't say moisturizer.
I was serious.
Most of the time, whenever I bring up one of these analogies, I do a lot of pegging analogies, for example.
Yeah.
I compare a lot of things with pegging.
Pegging isn't funny. It's not a laughing matter.
Well, you tell Dakota that. Every time I make a pegging analogy, he's like, I'm in. I'm like, I haven't finished yet. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care. He's in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I like your analogy. That's why.
If I was the president of Jagex, I would perm ban people that would like that.
Really?
I actually feel like do you not think that Jagex are very lenient on like banning people? Oh, you guilty of something? What's happening?
No, they're so lenient. Back when that ED3 thing was happening.
ED3 thing. They got 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Did you know that you couldn't even type like 2 weeks in the Jagex like chat on Twitch?
I didn't know
get,
that.
Like,
no.
timed out automatically. But yeah, it's 2 weeks.
That was crazy.
And they got to keep the stuff, right?
Yeah. Like, dude, everyone that did it was like, that was worth it. And I'm just like,
so worth it.
Can you imagine if someone robbed the bank and they got like 2 weeks in jail and they come out and they get to keep the money that they robbed and they're like, well, that was worth it. I'm going to go do it again.
Absolutely
it doesn't like,
wild.
It doesn't deter people from is that the word?
But now people just do stuff because they know there's
if
no
another bug
consequence.
happens.
Yeah,
if another bug happens, people are going to do it. More people are going to do it now because they know nothing's going to happen.
Remember the Easter event where it was bugged? I don't know if you remember that. Which year's
one?
Easter event was it this year? The last Easter event, Blooming Burrow, this year, right?
Right.
Easter.
I didn't know of any bug during that, so you're going to have to.
Yeah, there was a bug where you could continuously collect the prize. I think it was like a golden egg or something for completing, like finding all the locations.
Clue.
Yeah. The clue, the weekly thing, the community one.
Right.
It was bugged, so you could just continually collect points, your egg points, and so people were just running in and out, collecting a whole bunch of egg points, and then buying the rewards, which is giving them like XP and tokens and whatever it gives you, right? So they were just running in and doing this. They got I think like 3-day bans or something for the
Yeah.
the Easter egg thing, but it's like people just know nothing's gonna happen.
It is bad. They're setting a bad You know
It
what
is a bad
they said as well? They said
What?
for the ED3 ban they said something along the lines of we don't believe that it's right to perm ban these people for this offense because of the amount of time that has been put into the account. So basically, they were saying like these people have played for so long, they've invested so much in their account that it's not justified to ban them for this. So I was like, well, I've got like over 2,000 days in this game. I'm basically immune.
You're literally immune.
I'm literally I cannot be perm banned, surely, right? Based on that logic, I can do anything I want and I wouldn't get perm banned because I've got too much time. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like RuneScape is definitely the most lenient when it comes to bans. I'm not just talking about like bug abuse. It's also like toxicity as well. Toxicity within toxicity, you know, what can you do? Who cares, you know? If there's two toxic people just being toxic to each other, I don't really care. But if someone's being toxic to someone like innocent or someone like a noob, that gets me riled up. Like it's just like, because like I had such a good fucking like introduction to the game, and I played the game, like got to where I did, and I had only good experiences. So to see like people have such bad experiences by being flamed and shit, it makes me mad. And if that was up to me, I'd like ban those people for like 2 weeks at least for just being like toxic like that.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I noticed in Final Fantasy was people were very nice to me. They saw the sprout because you get
my
name and they were so nice.
You get perm banned in that game if you're toxic.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, but I would say it's more positive than negative than other games to enforce it to that degree. But it does sometimes create this like, toxic positivity.
Okay.
Where people are just being nice for the sake of being nice, but they're not actually nice, or they actually like hate you.
I didn't know
there's a lot of like
be mean like that. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of like passive aggressiveness and stuff like that. But like it's not perfect, but I would say it's better.
Yeah.
You know. I didn't know you played Final Fantasy.
I just
started, you tried it
like recently. Yeah.
Okay. What server are you on?
That's a great question. Primal.
Oh.
Is that a server? What?
Oh my god, that's the ERP server.
What is Oh, wait, role playing? Is that what you're saying?
I think we should just move on to the next topic.
No, because I want to talk about this.
No, I think we should move on to the next topic. I think we should. You should ask Dakota about that. I'm not.
I've seen some things, man, and I couldn't explain them.
All right, I'm not explaining them. I'm too old to explain these things.
I've seen some things.
I
don't know. I thought it was crazy. I was like, why the hell are all these people weird? Okay.
Hey, welcome to the game.
I run through New Gridania and I feel uncomfortable. Like
have you been to Limsa? There's a place called Limsa.
Is that the one where there's is that the boat place?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have, and there's that cat man in a Speedo and a cheetah print Speedo that just stands there.
Oh, that's normal. At least he's just standing there.
Okay.
You know what? I think we should just move on.
Okay.
You've just seen him standing there. You know, you've been blessed. You're lucky. One of the best things about that game is it doesn't waste your time. Yeah. It's kind of like you kind of just do the content and then you quit. There's no like you do the content, but then you have to grind it for like 100 hours.
Yeah. No, I like that.
It's a one done kind of game, which I like.
The other thing I like about it that I think is cool that they kind of do sometimes in RuneScape, which I wish they did more of, was cosmetic farming in the game. I really like that.
I feel like RuneScape has a huge, I feel like every game has like a huge market for like cosmetics, and I feel like RuneScape's like missing out. Yeah. Big time. Like where's the maid outfits?
Yes.
Where's the
what
lingerie?
I was wanting, actually. Specifically.
The
that.
maid outfit?
Yeah. Man, do I want one.
That's what I'm saying.
Just a few quick questions. I want to rapid fire some things at you.
Okay, hit me. You gotta tell me to shut up if I ramble though.
It can be as rapid as you want it to be. What's your favorite game of all time?
Fuck!
I know you play a lot of games, so I wanted to know.
One sec.
Mine is Zelda from Super Nintendo.
I don't know. It probably wouldn't be that old. It'd probably be like Jack and Dexter, Golden Sun. Maybe? Have you heard of Jack and Dexter at least?
No.
No!
What was it on?
Man! You're uncultured! You don't know what the ERP means? You don't know what Jack and Dexter is? You don't know what Club Penguin is? How?
I don't know.
Aren't you like 40?
Basically. Well, I wasn't allowed to have new games. So I only got...
Oh, did you rent them from Blockbuster?
No, I don't know, but not...
We're that old that
we couldn't rent games from Blockbuster. They would only let us go once a week. It was on like a Friday or a Saturday. We would rent one family movie from Blockbuster, and that's it.
Oh, dude, I eventually got to convince my parents to do a game as well.
Oh,
we would do that as well, but I'd beg enough. I was annoying enough to the point where they let me rent a game as well.
My parents, they probably would have just smacked me and told me to shut up.
Oh my god.
What's your favorite RuneScape boss right now?
Right now, not on release.
Yeah, right
right
now, yeah.
Solo
Or-
Solak.
Okay, Solak right now. Did you have a
Solo
different one for
specifically.
like all time? Solak.
All time. Oh man. Virago release was insane and Raid's release was insane. Like
Okay.
the amount of hype around like Virago and Raid's release was so insane. It was so much fun, like working as a team and stuff, and then competing with other teams as well. Historically, probably Mazcab Raids.
Okay.
Right now, probably Solo Solak.
Solo Solak. What is Hacksball?
Oh my god! Wait, where's you getting these from? You're actually stalking me. How do you know about? Wait, Hacksball is like it's like a browser-based game.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain the game. It's basically like it's like table hockey.
Okay. Yeah. Table. Yeah.
It's like that, basically, but you can move anywhere.
Okay.
And that's
And
it.
it's on
There's
a-
like
okay.
it's like 2v2, and it acts like as like hockeys,
Yeah.
and there's a ball, and then you have to like score it.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. All right.
Where did that come from? That was just like
I'm sorry.
that was like something from like I want to say like 11 years ago. That only like 10 people know. Should I be worried? I haven't heard that word in like 5 years.
You shouldn't be worried. Probably.
I'm checking under my bed right now. Yeah.
I only stole your identity. I'll give it back when I'm done.
Oh god.
What do you like to do when you're not playing video games? Fun.
I mean, I've three very close friends from high school that I pretty much spend all my time with if I'm not streaming or working.
Yeah.
I like playing badminton with them. I travel with them. And yeah, basically. Like we went to recently we went to Eric Pritz's DJ? No? Yeah, we recently went to see him in Spain. That was amazing.
Oh, fun.
Good time.
Did you like racing for archaeology or necromancy better?
Archaeology.
Really?
Yeah, necromancy was a lot of fun. Like in terms of like the actual like gameplay was a lot more engaging. Obviously, a gameplay of archaeology is non-existent, but archaeology had a lot of theory crafting to it. So you couldn't theory craft fast enough. Like you basically were progressing faster than you could theory craft. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So what would happen was you had to like compromise on certain theory crafts just because you didn't know like the XP and the numbers and stuff like that. So if you look at like everyone that did in the top 10 archaeology, everyone did something different, and I think that's super interesting.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
So, but the gameplay of necromancy was a lot better because rituals were really fun to do.
Yeah. What?
Well,
not how I thought you were gonna end that sentence. You like rituals?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
rituals is like a little like quick time of mini games.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
You can
No, that's
you can tell me what you think.
It's valid. It's fine.
You can judge me.
Do you feel judged? I wasn't judging you. I was just
okay.
surprised.
Okay. I could hear a bit of disgust as well, underlying disgust.
No. That was no.
What do you mean no? You everything is telling me yes.
No.
And you're telling me
no.
You're saying no.
Listen to what I say. Don't pay attention to my face or my tone.
Okay, what do
or
you
my
think of
body
rituals?
language. I don't like them. I think they're like I think they're a snooze fest. Like I literally
Well, you are. So you okay? Wait, snooze fest?
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, like, okay. What's a skilling? What's a piece of skilling content that you like?
I love Dungeoneering.
Oh, dude, Dungeoneering is so fucking good.
It's
dude,
so
you know,
good.
I'm gonna say something, all right? If I was the president of the world, vote for me. I would permanently ban everyone that said that Dungeoneering is bad.
People love to say that.
People say that so often. It
for no reason. Like no one's talking about Dungeoneering, and they're just like Dungeoneering sucks. It's a mini game.
Is
it's
by
not a
far.
skill.
Dude, people will say Dungeoneering is a mini game, not a skill. I'd put them in prison for like a year.
Straight
if I was
to
the
jail.
president of the world. Straight to jail for a year. Think about what you just said. You know?
It's so good. Yeah, no,
It is by far the best skill, 100%. I wouldn't.
It is, yeah.
Dispute that,
wow.
but
yeah. First person who's ever been full on like yes.
Really, Dungeoneering is so. Oh man, I love. I can't express how much I like Dungeon. Dude, sometimes on stream I just like, I'm like, hey, who wants to do a 5-man dungeon?
Yeah.
Like every like 6 months we just get together and just do Dungeoneering just because it's fun.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. It's a bit unfortunate that like the combat has kind of like become very meaningless now with Dungeoneering, especially like bosses. Like oh man, Dungeoneering is so great. But think about the amount of bosses and think about the amount of mechanics. The amount of mechanics that are in Dungeoneering might actually outweigh all mechanics of the rest of the game.
Quite possible.
If you think about how many bosses there are, and usually they have like 2 to 3 mechanics, that might actually outweigh the amount of mechanics for the rest of the game. And unfortunately, you kind of like skip through a lot of these mechanics, right?
Yeah. Can you skip
like
Blink?
No, you can't skip Blink.
Right? Yeah.
But that's why people complain about it, is because they can skip everything else. Like Blink has always been like that.
Yeah.
Blink is like the only boss that didn't change with EOC, and people are complaining about it because the perception is that every other boss is like one shot. Like, do you remember like in the hanging eye?
Yeah.
Where like pulses and you have to go behind the pillars. There's Yikligor.
Yeah.
Dude, would you ever have these teams where like someone would get pulled by Yikligor and you'd be like, go out, you're not going into the room again? because when you get pulled by Yikligor, it heals 33% health. So you're just like, you're not going back in, you're staying outside, you're watching. Like, you're not.
I was a little toxic when I was like in my Dungeoneering days. Like, I
really?
loved it so much, and I just wanted to have fun. And I was.
I did a lot of speeds in French Worlds. That was a lot of fun. People were very DG community. I mean, I feel like every like high level like speed community can get very toxic.
I was definitely a little toxic. Yeah.
Oh no.
It was like
Demon era.
definitely like I would ask people what their like large floor times were.
Oh no, you are those.
But only for a certain period of time.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it was only like
We all have our demon errors, you know.
Yeah. It was just a little bit. Before and after, I was super chill, but for a while, I was like, "This is awesome. I love this. I'm doing this, and yeah."
Yeah, I mean, DG is a lot of fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I think there is no skill like it. It's not like as someone that likes PvM and bossing, I think it's amazing.
No, they just sit in the hole.
Yeah.
That's not coming back though, is it?
The hole?
Yeah.
I don't actually know. But it does make me sad that people don't really want to play the game anymore. People just want to AFK.
They want AFK, yeah.
And that's why they hate on DG is because it's not AFK.
But why else are you
I think it's good gameplay.
But you're playing a game.
That's what I'm saying. I think we're old.
Yeah, maybe we're old.
But yeah, I don't like how, kind of sidetracking here, but I don't like how more like increasingly AFK this game has gotten. Like I don't mind AFKing existing. Like AFKing has existed in RuneScape since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
But if you AFK'd like magic trees back in the day, you're gonna get like 15-20k woodcut XP per hour. Whereas like if you did like Arctic Pines, you'd be getting like 110. Right, so it'd be like 5 times the XP per hour. Like, that's how it was back in the day. Now, AFKing is like sometimes the best, which is just crazy because it de-incentivizes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it just de-incentivizes players from playing the game, right? It's like, why should I play the game when I can just AFK and get so much XP? But
that's like the #1 thing people, even with bosses, a lot of the time, they even ask, "Can I AFK this?"
Yeah,
it's AFKable?
It's Jagex's fault because it's not the player's fault, right? Because they're just doing what's best. Yeah. I think they've just been catering to these things, and they've just like, as they've been catering to it, players want it more because they've accustomed themselves to AFKing. So it's just like become a cycle of like,
yeah.
It's my biggest like concern with the game, unfortunately, but yeah. That and solo content as well. Everyone wants solo content. No one wants to play with other people.
That is one thing. That's like a hill I will die upon. It's not supposed to be a solo game.
Yeah, I think soloing again with AFKing, it's fine.
Yeah.
That it exists, but it should never be like as good as grouping. Like grouping you should always be incentivized to play the game and to group up with other people. And people see that as like such a negative, and I'm just like,
I don't
know.
It's weird because I used to be like, now I've made friends and whatever, but like even when I was trying to do group stuff and I found like there was a lot of barriers to entry created by like communities, there's still a lot of people who aren't a part of, like, there's people to play the game with.
Oh yeah, 100%. The grouping system isn't perfect, but I think if more, it's one of those things where like no one uses it, so I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah.
But people actually like try to use it. I think that would be a good way of meeting people, even though definitely could be better, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird phenomenon recently where like people it's just harder to find friends. It's kind of sad actually, because obviously we probably grew up in games where like everything was like super social. Everyone was like constantly making friends. Now it's like
like Club Penguin.
I cannot. Can we talk about how you've not played Club Penguin?
What is it? I was gonna ask you what you think about Sanctum.
Oh, I love it.
Do you?
Do you know that Sanctum is one of the only bosses where you have to actually solve a mechanic?
Like the with the puzzles, like
with the symbols.
Yeah, the symbols.
The symbols in the save spot is like most mechanics in RuneScape are just like you stand in this, you don't stand in that kind of thing. It's like you're not really. 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 solving it. You're not solving
Yeah.
anything in your head. You're not doing like 1 + 1 =
Yeah.
2. You just see 2 and that's it. That's the answer, right?
Uh-huh.
Whereas like in Sanctum, you have to actually like solve stuff, which is really fun. And obviously the visual clarity of it. I'm a big visual clarity.
Oh yeah,
Andy.
it's a huge
I'm
improvement. Yeah.
I mean, even like for
yeah,
example,
I saw that.
saw that.
I saw lots of things. I know that you
okay.
went, like,
I thought you were gonna like. I saw that you blah 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 blah, but then you just.
Oh no!
that
Like
saw that.
well, I was gonna. I know.
I was like waiting, just.
I know you want the indicators, but in other places in the game, like the.
Oh
boxes
yeah,
for
yeah,
verdicts,
100%. Also like player side clarity as well. Like for example, have you ever been? Did you ED4 on release?
What's? Oh yeah.
Zami.
I was like, what is ED4?
Were you in those situations where there was like 5 people using magic and you couldn't see anything because there was like 5 magma tempests, like 5 tsunamis going off? There's like G chain Omni, and there's a bunch of like hit splats everywhere, and you don't know where you are, you don't know what's happening, and you don't know anything like that. Like I would love to see like that being cleaned up, like being able to like hide other people's animations, hide other people's conjurations, familiars, even abilities. I would say like hide like other people's like tsunami and stuff, just to give players like so you can see more, or even hide like other people's hit splats.
Yep.
You know, so I'm a big advocate of stuff like that. Like sometimes when I'm doing group content, I'm just like, to be fair, it doesn't matter whether you can see or not in a lot of those cases. Like it doesn't make a difference, but it can in future content, and I wouldn't want it to be that way.
Well, I mean, we already noticed right away a problem with having the arena be a little cluttered before they fix the diving onto conjures.
Oh yeah, diving onto conjures. That was a huge update. I'm a big fan.
That was amazing.
You know what happened to me recently though?
What?
I used magma. God, it was the most absurd incident ever. So, you know how like dive can't be used on conjurations or familiars anymore?
Yeah.
Well, magma tempest still can. Right? Even though it shouldn't. Even though magma tempest should be like the same kind of like logic, right? You can't use it. I was in Sanctum. I was standing in the safe spot, right?
Okay.
And my familiar was coming towards me, right? To just stand next to me. And I ended up, as it was coming towards me, walked over the boss, and I clicked magma tempest, right? And by the time it registered, the familiar was here, right? So I walked out to use magma tempest on the familiar, but then I ended up being outside of the safe spot, and I died. That was
nice.
not nice. Very unfortunate.
Sorry, that was very unfortunate. Oh,
I'm joking.
Omid, no, we're
Please
doing
stop.
it. Omid,
please stop.
What can I tell you about him? Boy, there's so much to say. He is just really good at the things that he does, so you should watch him do those things on Twitch. So the days that he streams.
Twitch what?
At twitch.tv/ his username. Omid. He's Omid on Twitch.
Okay. Yeah.
Check him out. No, but your links will all be in the description. And
yeah, they better be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
What do you think I did this?
Yeah,
huh?
all of my 500 views, they're gonna. Yeah.
I will release you from my grasp.
You're not. No, this is.
You got a movie on, huh?
Yeah, I've been watching a movie this whole time. No.
Oh no.
This is fun. I get like super nervous before I do these things. Oh, I guess I should say like, hey, thanks for being on.
Oh yeah. You're fine.
I'm gonna leave that in there just like that too.
What? Just like that?
Yeah. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching this episode of Hot PvM with Omid. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. He was absolutely hilarious. If you want to catch more Omid content, all of his socials are linked in the description. As always, like, subscribe, comment, share, and most importantly, be kind to one another. See you next time, friends!